And a very warm welcome to Wellbeing Mission Control. This is the weekend edition where we take a slightly more relaxed and informal approach to the concept of total well-being. And I thought it might be interesting for us to take a little look at a question which crops up a great deal these days, and it's the issue of burnout, of people being perhaps overworked, and that leads to depression. And I thought it might be interesting for us to just discuss this very, very briefly and give you some ideas about one of the best ways to counter this particular problem. Because even though we reach the weekend often feeling a little bit tired, exhausted, like you've just completed a marathon, and knowing you've got to start again on Monday, one of the problems with this condition, the idea of burnout, is that we're doing too much work. But the research indicates that that's not really the underlying cause of this particular issue. The problem is that people don't feel that their work is significant. Does that sound familiar? People get the impression that they're working without making a difference. Now, it may be that this is a clarion call for us to consider changing career, that we need to find new ways to make life a little bit more worthwhile. But we do understand that that deeper sense of fulfillment comes from a belief, from an inner conviction that we're making a difference, not just to ourselves, to the people around us, perhaps even to the world. And it's such an important consideration that I wanted to flag it today, because you can work long hours. It's not always recommended, it's not always very efficient, but you can put a lot of effort into your goals and dreams, your projects, fulfilling your ambition and your aspirations, provided that you feel that you're making progress, you're feeling that you're going somewhere, you're delivering the kind of result that makes the effort worthwhile. And too often in a very, very busy world, people are working long hours, but without that feeling that it's worthwhile. I know you might have come across situations like that in your own life, where you're putting in a ton of effort, but not always getting the recognition, the appreciation, or even perhaps even understanding that it is making a worthwhile contribution to your life, to the organization, or to the world in general. What's the answer? Well, that's a very, very personal question that perhaps only you can answer. And when you discover what will really work for you, how you can make a difference, then you'll perhaps have the key to a much more fulfilling life. It's probably different for all of us, but it's a core concept that's often neglected, and I thought it was worthwhile bringing our attention to it today. If you've got a couple of minutes to just relax and think about it, the key questions are very, very simple. Does my work actually work for me? Is it giving me what I really need? Is it satisfying? Do I get a sense of fulfillment? Am I making a difference? If the answer is yes, fantastic, congratulations. But if you're harboring doubts, it's an opportunity for you to consider alternatives, not necessarily changing job, but perhaps considering how you work, how you're using your unique abilities to make a difference to your life and to the people around you. What do you think? I'm always delighted to get feedback, suggestions and ideas from you. And whilst I'm wishing you to have a wonderful weekend, I'm also looking forward to being back with you again next week. Enjoy the day.